Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR Cup Series here at NR2003 at the Kansas Speedway for the 12th race this season, where we already have 11 different winners to our first 11 races. Will the streak continue to make it 12 in a row and really make it a tight crunch to make the playoffs when we come down to Daytona later in the season? But it's William Byron and Josh Berry in the front row as we are green and underway here in Kansas. William Byron the advantage over his teammate Josh Berry. Of course, Josh Berry subbing in for Alex Bowman, who is injured with broken vertebrae in his back. Fractured vertebrae in his back in the 48. So Josh Berry will be driving that car for the next couple of races till Bowman comes back. Ooh, contact back there. Denny Hamlin almost got wrecked by Kevin Harvick. What a save. He hangs on to it. Meanwhile, Harvick hanging in there as we look through this pack right now. Up there, it's William Byron and Brad Keselowski battling for the race lead right now. How about Keselowski on the bottom? Brad Keselowski to the lead here in Kansas City inside William Byron. But Byron gets a big shove from his teammate Josh Berry. But Keselowski will lead that lap here in Kansas. Keselowski leading laps. He's been so strong this season. Has brought RFK Racing really back into the fold of top contending teams in the Cup Series. I mean, they're up there at the level of Stewart-Haas Racing, to be honest. Or Stewart-Haas Racing has collapsed. RFK has been on the rise. So Brad Keselowski having a great run this season in the game and in real life. As we look throughout this pack, everyone having some solid, good racing. Harvick, Cindric, Briscoe, Larson there, but meanwhile it is Brad Keselowski leading. But here comes Josh Berry to his inside here in Kansas. How about Josh Berry in that 48? Now he's got comfortable in the Hendrick Motorsports Cup car with all the races he did, subbing for Chase Elliott. He's now driving the 48 to the lead, clear of Brad Keselowski. As Kyle Busch slots into third, your Craftsman Truck Series winner from last night, is now looking to win this race and get the job done. Can he hang on to it? There's 1, 2, 3 top contenders in the series. Here we go. 4 laps in. Josh Berry continues to lead here in Kansas. Brad Keselowski runs second. As we look through this pack, up there, Ross Chastain got on the apron, and Chastain's going to come on the track and turn into the wall, into Bubba Wallace. They're crashing, and the caution is out. Ross Chastain just Chastained Bubba Wallace into the wall. Because Chastain I don't know why, but he just merges out of the track after going slow on the apron for no reason, right in front of Ty Gibbs. So Chastain just goes on the apron, then decides it's good to come back right on the track, and boom, Ty Gibbs hits him up into Bubba. Hard hit in the wall for Bubba Wallace. Big damage to him and Ross Chastain. So another classic Ross Chastain move as the wrecking ball strikes again. This time Bubba Wallace will be knocked out of the race, unfortunately for him. Back at the front of the field, Josh Berry leads the field to the caution flag. As now we move our way onwards on to lap 19. After the other restart, nothing really happened. On this restart, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. stays out to take the lead in that beautiful Kraft mac and cheese paint scheme. Kyle Busch runs behind him in second, trying to sweep the weekend here in NR2003. As Christopher Bell takes third from Austin Cindric. Bell so strong all season in real life here in the NR2003. He's been struggling a little bit. He's outside the playoff cut line right now just because of the sheer amount of winners we've had this season. Kyle Busch, though, the inside of Stenhouse for the race lead. Kyle Busch will take the lead in Kansas. Maybe Stenhouse will have some momentum. Ty Gibbs making a run there in third, but Kyle Busch will power by lead that lap here on the lap 21 here at Kansas. Behind him, Ty Gibbs. That's Kyle Busch's basically former team last year. The 18 team turned to Ty Gibbs' 54 team, and now he's battling Ty Gibbs for the race lead, who's had an outstanding rookie season in both the game and real life. Of course, in the game, he already got his first career win 2 weeks ago at Talladega, and in real life, he's gotten some very, very strong finishes, top 10 runs, top 5 speed at Dover, really running well all season long. As you can see the battle for position back here, we see Brendan Poole at the back there, Ty Dillon, BJ McLeod, 3 wide here, Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, Josh Berry lost that track position. Now he's going to find a lot harder to move. There's a big stack up here on the bottom, something there with Truex, Hamlin, and Blaney, major stack up. 3 wide up here, Elliott, Austin Cindric, Christopher Bell. Back at the front of the field, though, Ty Gibbs on the inside of Kyle Busch for the race lead. And how about the rookie? Ty Gibbs trying to make it 2 wins in 3 races. He's on the inside of Kyle Busch, battling hard for the lead of that lap, though. Going to be led by Kyle Busch. Big run, side-by-side battle. Continues to be incredible. Now we move on to the last lap of stage 1. It continues to be the same top 2. Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs vying for the stage win, but look who has emerged lurking in third place. Daniel Suarez in the 99. Your Daytona 500 NR2003 champion, and of course reigning Cup Series champion here in NR2003. Looking to get some good points today back there in third. Looks like Kyle Busch is going to get himself a stage win, which would be his second stage win of the season, or maybe his third stage win, as Kyle Busch wins stage 1 here in Kansas. Ty Gibbs runner-up, then Suarez, Byron, Harvick, LaJoy, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Austin Dillon, and Truex the top 10 as Kyle Busch stage winner And now Noah Gregson has fallen out of the race a ways later on lap 146. Daniel Suarez now cycles out to be the race leader. Ty Gibbs has fallen 2 laps down after some sort of issue after being so fast earlier. Busher lap down as well as Truex. But Suarez leads over. How about Corey LaJoie having another good run, running second right now. Chase Elliott back there in third, starting to get back in the groove with things back from his injury. Chase Briscoe in fourth. And there is Kyle Busch in fifth. As Chastain, the lap car, holding up a long line of cars here, holding up Gilliland, Bowman, Hamlin, Austin Dillon, Harvick, among many others. It seems that damage from that initial wreck where Chastain got into Bubba Wallace is really starting to affect the pack right now, as everyone behind him is starting to try to find ways around him here. They're still being stuck back here, which is really costing them some time on gaining some positions here on the rest of the pack. As Chastain, though, gets a huge shove from Gillen right there. There's a whole line checks up behind him, and then Gillen, what is he going to do? He sticks behind Chastain again, but you see Chastain's hanging tough, almost equal with Stenhouse, and now he goes up to the top line, allows the guys on the bottom, Gillen, Josh Berry, to go by as he stacks up both Bass Pro Shops cars. Austin Dillon, Truex, Josh Berry now going by the one of Chastain. Harvick trying to work by, but Truex gets to the bottom first to make his move. They go 3 wide, and now the pack's really starting to finally filter out Ross Chastain here as they continue to battle. See back there, Larson and A.J. Allmendinger racing hard for position. There goes the 16th of A.J. Allmendinger. Around he goes. Allmendinger gets turned by Kyle Larson down the back stretch here in Kansas. The 16 gets dumped and completely spun around. Unfortunate. Larson just turns the 16 of Allmendinger, sends him spinning way down the apron. So no, Larson just clips him, and around goes Allmendinger, gets completely spun through the infield right there. For now, we stay green as we look back up to the front of the pack. Race leader going to be Daniel Suarez leading them back here as we look to go toss the yellow, because we're not sure whether the yellow has already been tossed or not, so we're going to play it safe here. Toss the yellow command, and it's going to tell us that. Let's look at A.J. Allmendinger here as we move down the front stretch. Oh, Josh Bilicki stuck there in the pits as we go really toss the yellow. Says the race is already under caution, so apparently it wasn't for Allmendinger. Maybe incident with the 78 of Josh Bilicki. We got to rewind and see what happened here with Bilicki. He might be out of this race after an incident here. Oh, indeed he was involved in an accident. The 78 Josh Bilicki is looking here. He's following the 10 of Almirola. The 43 of Eric Jones in the corner here. This is like a low, and he gets hit off of Ryan Preece and spins into the outside wall. Trouble for Bilicki. He gets hit by Preece, slams the wall hard, and that will knock Josh Bilicki out of this race, and only basically his first start of the season. So he's out of the race, leaves 33 cars in the race. We get back underway here. Daniel Suarez leading the field back to green here with just 5 laps to go in stage 2. Looking to get the playoff point. Justin Haley in second. How about that? Kyle Busch third. Chase Briscoe fourth. And Tyler Reddick has found his way in the top 5 now. As once again looking at Mr. Ross Chastain, the Melon Man himself, stacking up multiple. Ooh, contact here. Austin Cindric and Chase Elliott. That was almost an incident. Oh man, that was close. So now Denny Hamlin, him and Chastain have a bit of a history, but he moves right by him. As now the pack starting to get used to filtering out Ross Chastain. Here comes the 48 Josh Berry. Contact, and down goes Chastain. They're working big. There goes Logano, Berry, Burton, Keselowski, Austin Dillon upside down. Barrel rolling down the front straightaway. Multiple flips on top of Harrison Burton. And a huge crash here at Kansas, going to end stage 2 and cause a humongous crash as Austin Dillon gets launched upside down off of Eric Almirola after contact with Josh Berry. Allmendinger is in it. Truex, Keselowski. Him and Berry both led so many laps early, and luck just deals them a bad hand. You see here the 48 Josh Berry, we're going to get the slow-mo replay, is going to come up and just clips the one of Chastain, turns down into Gilliland, who bounces off the wall, and Berry into Logano. They crash. Truex slides to Chastain, Logano into Burton and Keselowski. Berry hits Austin Dillon. Almirola piles in. There's A.J. Allmendinger, and somehow Ryan Blaney gets through that pretty much unscathed. Impressive wreck avoidance. Full speed, is out of the corner, too much speed. Boom. Berry takes out Chastain, and the whole field back here goes down with him as a big one strikes at Kansas on lap 157 as Austin Dillon goes for a wild ride, tumbling and flipping down the front straightaway as this will end stage 2. Therefore, Daniel Suarez wins stage 2 in Kansas, gets the playoff point, followed by Haley, Kyle Busch, Briscoe, Reddick, Byron, LaJoie, so on and so forth. And now a little bit of incident here, obviously from the last track. So many guys are out of the race. And on lap 221, this is with 47 to go. We're actually going to toss the out here, but there's only Barry and Logano in lead lap, so we want to be more fair for the rest of the field to catch up and be in the mix. So we toss the out command. So we're just going to race back to the line here. As you see the long list of DNFs. Something must have happened, a separate wreck that's, taking out Blaney, Ryan Preece, Eric Jones, Denny Hamlin. We missed a huge crash. Christopher Bell. And there's barely 20 cars left in this race. So many guys out. Chase Elliott out. Justin Haley, Denny Hamlin. A lot of guys who are contending. Really had a lot of speed. As Briscoe leads the way, behind them, there's some contact behind them. They are crashing huge under caution. Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, Cindric, Harvick, Gillen, Larson, Logano piles in, Stenhouse in it. A huge crash. William Byron looks like squeezed in the outside wall, 4 wide situation. The 2 Toyotas and Byron get squeezed. They clip Cindric and they all go crashing hard. Stenhouse piles in right there. And Todd Gillen gets pile-driven by Kevin Harvick from behind, and then Joey Logano comes sliding in at the last seconds we're about to see. But my goodness, they wrecked after the caution was thrown. Ty Gibbs hooks Reddick, and boom, hard hit for himself, William Byron. That's what gets Cindric going. Stenhouse has literally nowhere to go. Todd Gillen gets drilled by Harvick, and then Joey Logano goes spinning in there for no reason. As even more of the field wrecks, and we're going to be left with barely anybody left to compete for this win. Back here now, 3 to go in Kansas. Kyle Busch now going to take the lead away from Daniel Suarez, your 2 stage winners and the 2 dominant cars of the day. Busch and Suarez battling for the win. Kyle Busch trying to go for the weekend sweep, which he has done so many times in his illustrious career. Where Daniel Suarez looking for a 2nd win of the season and looking to get Trackhouse Racing on a strong momentum streak as he's well outperforming Chastain this season. 2 to go here at Kansas for Kyle Busch and Daniel Suarez as they continue to battle for the win. And so now down the backstretch, coming to take the white flag this time. Suarez staying behind Kyle Busch, not doing anything at the moment, just letting Kyle Busch hold on to his lead. Behind them, Chase Briscoe runs 3rd. But coming to take the white flag this time, Kyle Busch or Suarez. Who's it going to be? White flag, final lap, presented by Colonel Bank here in Kansas. Kyle Busch looking to get the Busch brothers 3 straight wins in the spring Kansas race. And Kyle Busch now trying to make it a weekend sweep and become the 12th different winner in 12 races this season, as this crazy season continues to get even crazier week by week. Through the final corner, Suarez does not make a move. He's got nothing. And through turn 4, Kyle Busch, get out the broom, fellas. Kyle Busch sweeps the weekend and wins in Kansas. Daniel Suarez, your runner-up. Chase Briscoe 3rd. Here comes Josh Berry for an insanely good 4th place finish. Michael McDowell has the top 5. And then you have Kyle Larson in 6th, Ricky Stenhouse 7th, Tyler Reddick in 8th, Todd Gillen in 9th, and Chris Buescher a lap down rounds out your top 10. And how about Kyle Busch, 12th different winner this season? When we get down to Daytona at the end of the regular season, I can almost guarantee you we're going to have more than 16 winners. It's going to be absolute chaos unfolding in the late stages of this season before we hit the playoffs. And Kyle Busch, he's one of the top guys in points, so that doesn't move the cut line at all. Keeps him where he is. See the race results on the left side of your screen. And after a dominant weekend sweep for Kyle Busch, we're going to see the updated Cup Series standings very shortly. Review the playoff standings. Kyle Busch starts at the top of the board with his 8 playoff points with his dominant win here today, joining Ryan Preece, Suarez, Buescher, Keselowski, Truex, Austin Dillon, Alex Bowman, Justin Haley, Ryan Blaney, Ty Gibbs, and Chase Elliott as your 12 different winners this season. Harvick, Byron, Denny Hamlin continue to remain in their same spots and points. Austin Cindric now jumps 11 points to the good above the cut line. Kyle Larson, Almirola both 11 out. Then Bell, Logano, Chastain, the next 3 out of the playoffs. Until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.